Okay, so let's continue our tour of our basic React app. So we've got the package.json file, which includes a list of our dependencies as well as some scripts that we can run. We have our node modules folder, which was only created after we ran yarn install. That contains our actual dependencies. We have a public directory that includes just right now just a fave icon and index.html. So this is the one HTML file, the only one you're going to have, and it's already there. And it includes that empty element. Now it also has a title of React app, so we can make that one little change here. Let's go ahead and change the title in index.html to Dwarf Underground. Then we have a source directory, and this is where all our JSX is actually going to live. So we have some JS files and some CSS files. So this is where our components are. So index.js just imports React from React. React DOM, it imports our app component, and then it runs that one line that we said we need. Right? React DOM render, inserting the app component in place of document.getElementById root. So never mind import for right now. We'll talk about that in a second. But here we see the basic setup for React. But we're importing this app component, so that's where the good stuff is, apparently. And here we see a perfectly normal component. So to run our app, back in package.json, we saw several scripts, one of which was start. So to run these, we can just type yarn and then the name of the script. So yarn start. And that actually starts a web server. Because now we can't just open these files directly in the browser. We need to actually have a server running because there's some more complicated business going on. For one thing, under the hood, our JSX is being turned into real JavaScript in real time as we develop. So you'll see here, here's where our server is running. It tells us the URL, localhost 3000. So if you need to keep typing commands, you can just open, if you're on a Mac, open a new tab. Or if you're running Hyper, you can also just open a new tab. If you're on Windows, you may want to find Git bash on your taskbar, right-click it, and click on the top choice, which will open up a whole new window, so that you can still type commands even while your web server is running. So this is what's there. This is the default page in Create React App. To get started, edit source app.js and save to reload. Okay, so let's change a little something inside app.js. This is our app component. Welcome to React. What if we say, welcome to wherever you are. That was the name of an InXS album. Hey, but you see that? I didn't even refresh. It just changed. As soon as I saved the file, the browser just refreshed automatically. That is the magic of this development server that's included with Create React App. So as you make changes, it just updates in the browser automatically. Now, hopefully, during initial setup, you all installed the React DevTools in Chrome. If not, you're definitely going to want them. So in addition to elements and console and all that other stuff over here, you should have a tab called React. And that lets you actually inspect the components as components, not just see the HTML. So I see my app component here. And I see down here, there are no props. There's no state. But if there were, they would show up there. And you can even search through here for the component you're looking for. The React DevTools are absolutely essential for the stuff we're going to be doing. So hopefully you have that. So that's a quick tour of a React app. Let's just get rid of all this nonsense because we're not going to use it. We can leave a div class name app and just put something in here. I don't know. Dwarf Underground, whatever you want to put. Just to get rid of code that is not ours. So we don't need import logo from logo SVG. That was the little spinning React logo there. We don't need that. So I'll just get rid of that import line, and I'm actually going to delete logo.svg from the side here too, because we're not doing anything with that. And one more thing. App.css has the CSS for that default page. We're not using any of that, so I'm just going to select all and backspace over it and save it. So I'm not going to delete the file app.css, and I'm going to keep importing it, but I'm not going to keep any of the code that's there now. Save that, and I should just have Dwarf Underground here on the page. So React is still working, but now we've gotten rid of all the nonsense that just sort of came with it. But it's all hooked up when we've got an effectively blank React app running on our own machines. I'll make a quick commit, remove boilerplate, and I'll save that commit, and I will push it up here in just a moment. So you should be able to actually push because you made a fork. So go ahead and push and make sure that works.